Hi, I'm Lisa, Love and Marriage Guide, and today I want to talk about why it's good not to talk in relationship. I did a little video on TikTok. It was my first video on TikTok about this, but I don't think I ever did anything on YouTube. And I have found more validation for this. Basically, people that have been traumatized sometimes, especially in relationship, sometimes become hyper alert and hyper reactive in relationship. And so when you don't talk and you just calm down and you attune to each other, it relaxes the other person. And so I kind of fell on this accidentally through my own experience in my own relationship. But I found that going for walks with my partner and walking side by side with them reduced the tension in our relationship and allowed us to just relax and not feel so much pressure to respond in a certain way or react in a certain way. And we just kind of flowed together a little bit better and naturally talked to each other and naturally listened to each other. And then I was just watching a video recently on narcissism in how to heal narcissism. And narcissism comes from trauma. And I think I have a little in myself, and I know my partner has a little in him. And it's when you, just to normalize it, it's when you, because you're scared, you one-up somebody else. You act like you're better than them. You act like you know more. But it's really out of fear and trauma that you do this. And what you want to be able to do is relax and be present and be in the moment. But you've had some trauma in relationship. You've experienced yourself on the outside. You weren't part of the group. You weren't able to connect. You weren't able to feel like you were part of everything if you have this. And that's really sad to feel that way. And so sometimes when I notice myself getting anxious and scared, and I notice myself wanting to present myself in a higher, better light, I try to just relax and come down into my body and connect as a human being to the other person. And I think that in relationship, when we do this, it really does help to not have to feel like you have to talk. So sometimes just sitting next to your partner, holding their hand. I like to try to get my partner to do yoga. And sometimes he will do it with me. He actually recently found a great way for us to do it together. I'm always trying to do it for a program or something that I'm trying to market, or recently it's been a retreat that I'm trying to do. So I'm always like, hey, come teach this class with me. And he's like, oh my God, no, I don't even know what we're doing. We've never even done it together. And you think I'm going to teach a class with you? And, and recently I suggested this again to him, and he said, why don't we just get a few of your friends together and we practice with them? And so we're going to do that. And I'm hoping that this experience will be healing for him and he'll feel better about it. And then that will be another way that we can connect without talking. Because I do really find it's important, and I've even heard with a lot of my male clients that they don't like having to feel like they have to talk. And a lot of women really like to talk. That's their way of connecting. And men feel like a lot of men feel like they're just not getting it right. And they don't know what to do, and they're reacting wrong, and they're going to be criticized. And we do that. We criticize when we feel like we're not being heard, or we're not being understood, or they're not giving us what they want, or they're trying to solve a problem, and we just want them to validate and understand us. So it's a lot of pressure to talk and to to listen in relationships. So finding ways to not have to talk, going for a walk side by side. So the narcissism video recommended that you, how to heal narcissism, recommended that you walk side by side with your partner and just be quiet for a while, tune into each other, feel each other next to each other. And after some walking, you'll just naturally start talking to each other. And it will be more natural and calm. Their nervous system will calm down. So that's a great way. I think yoga is a great way. Sometimes working together is a great way. Sometimes playing together, like in a sport, or even role playing, or playing games together can be a good way, as long as you don't get too competitive, because sometimes that can not go well either. So non-competitive games. But just, you don't always have to talk to connect. And connection is really important in relationships. So try to find other ways to connect. And I would love to hear other ways that people have come up with to connect with each other in relationship without talking. So please let me know what you have done to connect with your significant other, your partner, without talking. So I have a teenager too, and it's also good to try to connect with them without talking. Thank you.